Take your place on my wall of fame by supporting me. Thank you, my nerd. Have you ever seen a grown nerd cry in your life? I hope you won't see one today because look what came in the mail. My dear nerds, the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 and its classic, little less impressive brother came in the mail today. And I am so happy because of this. I didn't expect them. According to the tracking number, they should have been delayed a few more days. And don't even get me started on them. These things literally traveled the whole planet. You see, my dear nerds, your faithful nerd lives over here, in this tiny corner of the world, in Romania. The parcels came all the way from southern China, from Hong Kong. And you'd think, given the distance, from Hong Kong they would fly to Romania like this, maybe land somewhere in the EU, and then they would come to me. But no, imagine my surprise when the Retroid Flip 2 and the Classic flew instead all the way across the Pacific to Alaska, and then they went to Kentucky. Like, I'm telling you, they did a freaking world tour. I would love to visit the United States at one point in my life, but these little guys visited 3 continents, which are on my to-do list since forever. They then flew across the Atlantic all the way to Germany, and they sat there for a while chilling, probably having some beers, because that's what you do in Germany. And then they flew to Hungary and then to Romania. And right now we're gonna unbox them. I'm still kind of shocked on the road they had to make, but this just makes me appreciate them more. These handhelds, they got exposed to Asian and American air. They got marinated in the atmosphere there. I know it sounds stupid, but this is kind of exciting for me. So let me just get my little unboxing helper, my little pocket unboxing tool, which I call Huggy, and let's find that pesky... Which one should I start? You know what? Let's do the classic real quick. Let's unbox this freaking thing. Come on. Yes. Just like that. And now, I have to give props to Retroid. They might get some criticism every now and then, but they do very cool boxes. Like, look at this. Freaking magnets, how do they work? Ooh, what do we have here? Oh. I love this. This is the first time I'm seeing I hope you have a snack and drink. Yes, I'm plagiarizing Russ, and I hope you're enjoying this with me because I'm gonna make a quite big unedited video with this. I want the same excitement, the same essence to propel from me to you. I want to convey what I'm feeling right now so that we both partake in this feeling together. We both enjoy it. It's like an orange which we squeeze over our mouths. We should enjoy the excitement of unboxing these two together. I've been waiting for these two dang things for such a long time. What do we have here? Interface, introduction. Okay, I don't want to interface with you dang little thing. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, a bit big bezels around the screen, but it's a Retroid alright, I can tell by the D-pad. Okay, this is a big boy. I expected it to be a bit smaller, but I'm not sure what to think about this. Let's turn this little guy on. So what do we have here? A TF card slot. Is this the power on button? Yes. Okay. So, my immediate thoughts when I see the Retroid Pocket Classic is, what does this have that the Anbernic RG406V does not, except obvious sticks, which makes it less practical. I guess we're gonna see and we're gonna judge, but yeah, first impressions are kind of mixed. I don't know if I love it or if I hate it. I just know that I paid for it because Retroid, let's be friends, you know, hug me, Retroid, send me devices. Come on, I don't want to pay for them, but let's do collaborations, you know, send me stuff. It would be so nice if you would send me your next devices. I'm not even gonna start with how nice it would be. It would be the best relationship, the best collaboration ever. The best collaboration out of all collaborations in your whole freaking life as a company. You know, I'm overselling it, but send me devices, Retroid. But let's go back to our thing here. Okay, next. I do want English, yes. Okay, next. Are you sure? No, it wants me to log in. Okay. Okay. Let's continue here. I went past the password stage. It wants my country. Yes, please, I do want Google Play services. No, please, I don't want pre-installed apps. Of course, I'm sure. Do I look like an unsure person? Don't answer that. Come on, press OK. What? Which one is A in this layout? I'm pretty sure A is not... Ah, never mind. I'm not the smartest person. Okay. Now, complete. Okay, so that's... Sure, Retroid, yeah? This seems like the Retroid launcher. My question is, how is this better or worse than the Anbernic RG406V? I'll have to explore this in more detail after this video, but let's see what else we get here. So we get a cable because, well, like I said, you can never have enough cables, and Retroid, to their credit, they make very good high quality cables. This is not the cheapo cable that you get with a Linux handheld. So I would actually prioritize using these compared to your normal run-of-the-mill cable. And that's it, apparently. Can I... Oh no, wait. I can take this off. Ah, never mind. How the heck do I put it back now? You know, I'm not sure which philosopher said, but most of the hardships that we create in this life for ourselves are self-inflicted, like me exploring the bottom of the box right now. So, magnet, do your job. Freaking heck. Okay, and now the part which all of you have probably been waiting for after I put the box down. We're gonna unbox this pretty little thing. I am so excited by the Flip 2, I can't even start. My dear nerds, a bit of context. This is my first Android Flippy Boy. I've never had the Flip one. I've never had flippy handhelds that weren't with Linux on it, aka they weren't powerful. This is gonna be the flippy version of the Retroid Pocket 5, which I had a rocky relationship with, but now I love to bits. The Retroid Pocket 5 is essentially a smaller version of the Odin 2 Portal, and both of them formed like an awesome synergy. One is the bigger brother to the other one. And this one, I'm so curious to see where it's gonna fit in that family, but let me try to find Huggy again. Okay, I found Huggy, and now we can unbox this thing. Ooh, wait. Come on. Did I not cut this properly? Ugh, you see? When you do videos almost uncut, almost like a live, you don't have that polished experience. Sometimes the sticker just doesn't cut cleanly through. Now, magnets. Ooh. This is quite a strong magnet. Holy poop. What's happening here? What the heck? Okay, wait a second. What the heck is happening? Okay, there was a bit of sticker left. That's how you know, my dear nerds, that this whole thing is genuine. No scripts, no nothing. I've been fighting that dang sigil for, what, 2 minutes now? By the way, in case you're still here watching me fight the sigil, thank you for the watch time. My dear nerds, I am so excited. Ooh, the Pac-Man logo. Yeah. A lot of people hated on this. I didn't like. This is a vibe, you know. This is totally a vibe. I kind of like it more than if they left the whole cover just with nothing, just plain. I know a lot of people hate this. I'm not one of them. I can see potential for customizability here. This is the... Okay, this little flippy boy was born in April. Now we're in May. And let me check. I can't. My band died. Flipping heck. Okay, Windows. We're in the 8th of May while filming this. So it's a bit less than a month old. Ooh. Okay. You know, you might think I'm faking excitement here, but no, I'm actually not. This is me off camera being excited when new devices come and I open them and blah blah blah. But I've been waiting these way more than many other devices. I've paid them with my own money. There's no... I don't want to hear anyone calling me a shill or I'm getting paid for this. Look, these are basically for me. Okay, this is what you need to understand. Do I have too many handhelds? Yes, I have a million of them. Not a million, but I have way more than I would need, and I need to get rid of them. But I really wanted to see this little guy. Oh, let me switch the camera. Ooh, this is a vibe, my dear nerds. This is a freaking vibe. It's a chunky boy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a chunky boy, but... very big chunky boy, actually. But you know what? I'm not hating it. It's... this I would be comfortable throwing in a bag and traveling with. Okay. You know, a lot of people might fight me. Oh, the sticks feel nice. Holy, because they are concave, like, not concave, because they are in their own little holes there, they feel way more precise. Because they are underneath, they feel as if I have more control. It's weird. I will have to come back to this in future videos, but where the heck is the... power button? Is it on top? Is it here? Power, yes. Okay. I am so excited by this. So, I assume we have the same cable. Should I? Did I learn anything? I did not. You see, my dear nerds, I keep telling you, I am not a smart person. I may be a nerd. You might be a nerd. I'm just not the smartest nerd out there. If I were the smartest nerd, I would have learned lessons, but what's that old saying? Do the same thing a million times and that's the definition of insanity. Let me just clean up for a second here. Okay, and I'm back. Flipping heck again. Okay. English. You know what? Wait a second. Okay, so out of the box, the Flip 2 asks me to update. I didn't see this on the Flip 1. I'll have to install this before continuing. Just as a rule of thumb, don't skip these updates, my dear nerds. Okay, I had a bit more configuring to do than I expected, but thankfully I am back. Now we are in, and by configuring it, I actually noticed a few things which I'm not, I guess, that big of a fan of. You see, the plastic doesn't, on both of these, the plastic doesn't feel as high quality as my brain associates with Retroid products. Like, for example, the plastic go-to Retroid handheld for me was the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. And the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro had a very nice, and I mean very nice plastic to it. The Retroid Pocket Flip is okay. Like, I'm not plastic connoisseur or anything, but it's okay. This one, the Retroid Classic feels a bit, I don't know, hollow. I need more time. I'm not gonna like spit early impressions at you, even though this is the point of this video. But when it comes to figuring out if I love the Classic in this case, I need just a bit more time. However, I'm gonna concentrate a bit more of this video to the Flip 2. You see, the Flip 2, in my opinion, right now, remember these are very early impressions, I'm not sure what this gives me. Does it give me ultra confidence? Like, can I throw this in a bag or not? Like, I don't think you can see this, but like the plastic is a bit creaky. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel as solid as I would have wanted it. But remember, these are first impressions, you know. But yeah, creaks a bit. However, let's ignore the creaking for now and like let's try to enjoy it. I installed Limbo for a quick test because this is 16:9. Where are those volume buttons? And because it's 16:9, this scales absolutely perfectly. You know, I actually hate, my dear nerds, that 16:9 screens suddenly weren't cool anymore because they are perfect for ported games. A lot of games are ported from Android, not from Android, from PCs, from consoles, and they are hardwired to use 16:9. Now with 20:9, 20.5:9 phones, we don't have the same aspect ratio, meaning that a lot of games will have black bars on the left and the right, and I simply hate that. That's actually one of the reasons why I stretch to fit most of my games, and it works for me as a sort of middle ground compromise of sorts. But yeah, you know, games feel very nice on this. Like, I'm still... So, if I press here, there's definitely a bit of a creak, but I'm trying not to let that bother me. You know, I was so excited about this handheld. No! Why? Oh, why? I thought I was better at this game, you know. But anyway, let's go back. Actually, you know what? I haven't even done a proper tour of this device. It took me not knowing where the home button is to realize. So the sticks I have to applaud because they have this what's the word that I'm looking for in English? They have this pattern, you see, this ridged pattern, and it feels so nice under my freaking finger. In fact, I would dare say that these are the best sticks that I felt from Retroid. They're better than the sticks on the Retroid Pocket 5 and the Odin 2 Portal, which is Ion, a totally different company. I love these sticks, and I love the backlight, because while turning on... What the heck is this? Okay. While turning on the backlight, I realized... Wait. Come on. Come on. Oh, for Pete's sake. Is that a bug? Come on. There we go. So, if I leave it at a very high brightness, do you see how the light gets reflected inside this groove, inside this little hole in which they're in? I find this to be such a nice effect. Like, I don't think my camera can pick it up properly, but it's such a cool freaking effect in real life. It's one of the very little areas where I think RGB actually gives me that giggity sense that I think a lot of people have with RGB. I always keep my RGB in white, just so you get an idea of the kind of person that I am. But with this kind of setup here, like, I'm really digging it. Makes me feel like this is some sort of cool handheld, like they're a pair of eyes just staring blankly at me, you know? But anyway, coming back to this, the D-pad is really identical to what you find on the Retroid Pocket 5, Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, even the Iron Odin 2 Portal. So the D-pad is not new. The buttons at first impressions feel nice. We have a start and select here. A power, does it turn on automatically when I flip the screen? I'm curious. Yes, it does. Heck yeah. Okay, or does it turn off? Yes, it does. Heck yeah. Okay, we have some valuable information here. Let me just quickly enter the cloud deck which I created. I want to make a video on this. It's with that mini PC from my last video, with the GMK Tech K6. And yeah, this is how the SteamOS Cough Cough Bazite looks on this. I think it's a very beautiful way to enjoy x86 PC games. Actually, the proper way, not by emulating them with Winlater or other very inefficient programs. You know, I should make a video on how emulators that emulate Windows games actually work. The amount of performance overhead that they require in order to emulate basic stuff is mind-boggling, because there's actually quite a lot of translation in the background. And call me a paranoid, nerdy bastard, but unless a program like this is fully open source, I don't trust it. But don't unsubscribe if you like Winlater, continue using it. However, if you're gonna emulate something nice, you're gonna get very bad battery life. Streaming, by contrast, gives you a poop ton of battery life, because you're basically just streaming video here. So yeah, you get the basic idea here. And I will need to explore this, and I'm gonna show you fine nerds what I'm cooking up here in future videos. But basically, flippy Steam Deck now. What else should we see? There's a dedicated fan. Yeah, I was still showcasing the device. And there's a dedicated fan, an exhaust. We have analog triggers, which are pretty nice. They don't have as much travel as I initially thought, but I think this is a good middle ground between digital triggers and analog triggers. Like, let me tell you what I mean with this. I might make this video way too long, but take this Easy SMX controller by example. It's one of my favorites. I keep it by the PC here all the time. That's how you know it's one of my favorites. And by the fact that the stick caps kind of became yellow from all the contact. But look at the mechanism they have for the analog. Come on, focus. For the analog triggers. You see now they are in digital mode and they do a clicky sound. Tell me if you hear. Do you hear? But if I press this button, Now they are fully analog with all the travel you would want. Now, I am not an unreasonable nerd, okay? I am reasonable to companies. I don't want them to bend over backwards. I don't want them to suffer. I want them to be encouraged. Make new handhelds. Send me new handhelds. Send me all the review devices. No matter which company watches this, I want your review device, okay? But as a compromise, if you're not gonna do a dual system, the limited travel actually works very well for me, because I can just press it like this in games that don't require analog movement, and they still do their job without me feeling like I have to push through a lot of travel there just for a digital click. So yeah, my dear nerds, I really think at first impressions, and I just want to preface, this is the best color option, okay? I know a lot of people love their other color options, but you need to understand this is an OLED screen, right? Because it's an OLED screen, you want a black background when a black bezel when you play games that have black in them. So, for example, dun, dun, dun. You see how much more blended in everything is compared to if I had like this in GameCube Blue, for example. I just think that black handhelds naturally give more immersion, and I want to commend Retroid for making an all-black device, including the buttons are black, everything is black, it's just stylish. This is the word, it's freaking stylish. Now, I'm a bit sad about... yeah, there's a bit of creakiness right in the middle there, but we'll have to see how this one pans out, my dear nerds. However, at first glance, I'm quite impressed. I'm not sure how to feel about the Classic. I need more time with both. I think my only criticism at first glance with this first hands-on is the plastic. Outside of that, I freaking love it. Like, even the thickness doesn't bother me as much. You know what? Just so I bring a bit more value in this video, wait a second, I'm gonna bring the Retroid Pocket 5. Bam! Look at these little brothers over here. What can I say in regards to them except for the fact that they are super different at first glance? And my first question to myself is the Flip 2 really all that more pocketable, more portable than the Retroid Pocket 5 here? Like, this is an ongoing dilemma for myself, and I guess I'm carrying you fine nerds onto my neurotic rabbit hole over here. Look how nice they look though, as little Steam Decks. Both of them would do their job perfectly as little Steam Decks, but yeah, let's get a close-up on these. Now, I'm gonna end this video really quick, my dear nerds, but look at how beautiful this looks. I actually need to turn my lights off a bit down. There we go, this is a bit better. I don't know. I don't know what to think when it comes to this. I want to love the Flip 2 so much, I just need more time with it, because I have a feeling of confusion right now. I'm not trying to keep you on the hook or anything, it's just that I love it, but I expected to love it more, if this makes any sense. Like, it's a Flippy Boy. I would take this as a travel buddy way faster than this glass front handheld over here. However, I just wish this had thicker plastic. Maybe the judgment call was for it to be lighter. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I think this requires both of these handhelds. I mean, the Flip 2 and the Retroid Pocket Classic, they require dedicated videos. They require me jumping into the rabbit hole and just going full neurotic and full in depth on them, and like analyzing and figuring out every nook and cranny of them. So this is definitely not the last time that you'll see these handhelds in a video of mine. I will end this video and I will shamelessly play with them until I need to go to sleep later tonight. So, until the next video, my dear nerds, don't forget that I love you very much. I'll leave both of... Actually, you know what? I'll leave all three handhelds in the video description. If you want to buy a Classic or a Flip 2 or a Retroid Pocket 5, use the links in my description because those actually support me. Those are affiliate links and I get a very, very small coffee-like kickback from you if you use those links, and this goes into supporting the channel. So, if you want to get any of them, go right ahead. Capitalism, I indulge you, do your thing. But if you do, just remember that the Flip 2 is heavily under my scrutiny now. I'll have to find out whether or not I love this or not. So don't consider this, don't consider me putting links in the video description as an endorsement. The endorsement comes in my dedicated video review, both for the Flip 2 and for its already forgotten lamer little brother or big brother, the Classic. So we'll see where this ends up. I love you very much in the meantime. See you in the next video, my nerd. Bye.